Welcome back.
Welcome back to our second
It's the second episode.
of the Eight Sides podcast.
Thank you for supporting the first episode.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Really means a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, can't believe we're back already.
Yeah,
It's gone dead quick.
yeah, like super quick.
I know. Really, really quick.
Yeah, it works that we're both based in London though, so
It does. Well, yeah, I'm just outside, but yeah, getting into London isn't difficult. Getting out of London ain't difficult, so
it makes things a lot
works
easier.
out well. Right, we got what's coming up. International Fight Week.
Yeah. The return of
The
the
return.
prodigal son, Conor McGregor.
The return. This is going to be an ugly fight for him.
You think so?
I can't see a route of him winning. I just can't.
You just think Max Holloway? I mean, the Max Holloway that he fought back in 2014.
Yes, it's not a bit earlier. But It might have been 2014 actually.
Completely different. I mean, Max Holloway's first UFC fights being Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor
That's mental, isn't it?
is hilarious. Those being his first. I don't know if that was his
Oh,
first and second. Yeah, it might have been.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I mean, having
fact
those
check
two
it.
guys in your
Early days.
I mean,
That's mental. But then he went on a fairly good run. To be fair to him,
very good run. Very good run.
But I think this fight now, you got a Max Holloway that's obviously been way more active.
Yeah.
Admittedly, he's faced a knockout loss, but seemed okay. Like it's not like the chin's completely gone or anything.
No.
He looked. I mean, Charles Oliveira didn't really give him much problems on the feet, but dominated him. But Conor McGregor ain't gonna do that.
No.
He's not that kind of fighter.
No.
But I can't see a Conor McGregor. What's he now? 38. Hasn't fought in 5 years.
Has it
It was
been that
2021 he fought. 2022 maybe.
long? And that being an injury loss.
The
as
injury,
well.
knockout loss, and then the injury loss.
Yeah. I mean, you do wonder why he's coming back. Why is he?
I think he wants to see out his contract.
Yeah.
He's obviously in a contract with the UFC, and he's gonna want to get out of that contract, and then he'll want to go on to bare knuckle or boxing or whatever else
Yeah,
he wants to do.
Perry.
I think that's where he will go as bare knuckle because he's like co-owner, isn't he? So I think that's where he'll end up. But this fight is, I think this is the worst matchup he could have been given.
Yeah.
The Michael Chandler fight was right there. It made so much sense. Michael Chandler inactive, fairly. Obviously, he's had one fight in like 4 years.
He was waiting for Conor for that.
And he
amount of time.
fought Paddy, got knocked out, or not knocked out, but TKO'd. I think that fight made so much sense. As in, not even like stylistically or anything, just two fairly inactive guys.
Clash of styles as well.
Clash of styles.
You've got Conor McGregor, who's very technical, very, very unorthodox, and then you've got Michael Chandler, who's just a balls to the wall type of insane knockout power. It would have been a really interesting clash of styles.
And it's also a very winnable fight for Conor.
Yes.
I can't see how the Max Holloway fight is a winnable fight for him.
It's a very hard fight. It's a very hard fight to come back to.
Yeah, massively. Against a guy who's been very active at the top of the lightweight division. Admittedly, he's had a couple losses, but you still got the Justin Gaethje performance was only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And he looked incredible in that fight. And now you've got a guy who is predominantly a striker. Well, he is a striker.
Yeah.
I just can't, unless he comes out and he has literally got a titanium shin bone and he hits him in the head with it, and it'll be like getting hit with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can see him doing it. But once you
break a bone, you're never the same.
No, you're not. And I can't. I think the worst matchup he could have got, and I have a horrible feeling Max will just put a absolute beat down on him.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
I mean, you have to give Conor credit in the fact that he's coming back and he is taking this massive fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Dana had always said that Conor never turned down a fight. So,
But then offering him Max in the first place just seems like he's being fed to a slaughterhouse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, it's going to be a big fight. They have to. Maybe they're weighing up Conor McGregor's staying power because he's turned a lot of people off him over the last few years. Yeah,
massively.
Through obviously things
Various
he's done
things.
outside of the octagon.
Big time.
Yeah, and maybe this is kind of like a bit of almost treating it like a going out sale for Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Seeing if he does well, then that ups his stock tremendously.
Massively.
If he doesn't do well, and he loses, they're still going to get that big payday.
Yeah, because all the press
fight.
conference moments will be fantastic regardless.
Yeah.
He's already given Max shit online, and I think he will bring that to the comeback Dustin Poirier fight where he got knocked out. He was this Mr. Nice Guy, and I think he will bin that off.
Yeah.
And he will the third Dustin Poirier fight where he was a lot more aggressive, a lot more chatting shit.
Yeah.
I think he'll bring that back, which must be really hard to do against Max because he just seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah,
like how can you chat shit to a guy like Max? Yeah, it's just so how you can never trash talk with Stephen Wonderboy. He's too nice. What do you say to someone who's like the nicest guy in the room? So.
Yeah. It's when Tyron Woodley tried to trash talk Wonderboy. He says, "Why you gotta be so mean, man?"
And you're like, "Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to sell the fight. I'm really sorry." But I feel like it might be a bit like that. But
yeah,
you know, Max can run his mouth a little bit. We saw a bit of that in the small build up we got to the Habib fight that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
He can do it, but no one can go toe to toe in that way with Conor McGregor. He's too good.
Yeah,
but
too quick.
But it's gonna be ugly, man. It's gonna be bad. I just think the volume that Max puts out, there's no threat of a takedown. It's just gonna be on the feet, and Max is just jab, circle off, and then just the combos and the relentless pressure and the cardio.
Yeah.
If Conor McGregor don't get him out there in the first round, it's a 5-round fight. And if he does somehow get to the third or fourth, he's gonna be absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
Being so inactive and doing God knows what.
He's never been a 5-round fighter.
No. And do you know, I think I said to someone the other day, I was like, I really hope that I live in a fantasy world. I really hope that Conor McGregor has been leading this absolute facade online, and what he's actually been doing is locking the fuck in, and he's done nothing but train for the last 5 years. He's going to come out there, be exceptional at wrestling, have incredible cardio, and but I just don't think that's actually the case. I think he's been partying.
If that's the case, and he's got someone else to manage his social media page, fuck me, they must be doing overtime. I hope that is paid so well. And if they are, then fucking fair play to you, because you're doing an amazing job at making this guy seem so unhinged, like to such a significant degree that
could you imagine he just went out like one night over the last 5 years? Yeah, he just took so many photos.
Yeah, so many
makes
photos
him look like on gear.
Recorded so many voice notes and put them on Twitter and
then like turns out he's actually just been locked in and doing non-stop training for 5 years, like, and he comes back.
I'm gonna do all my coke on one night.
Yeah, get it all out of my system. Take 1,000 photos and 1,000 videos in multiple different locations. Upload them over the next 5 years. And come back and actually be this world-class fighter that we had no idea existed. But for some reason I don't think that's the truth.
I don't think that's the case. No,
I really don't. Yeah. But it would be unbelievable if that was actually the case. It would be so funny as he comes out and just puts a world-class performance, takes him down, dominates him against the cage, dominates on the mat, and then knocks him out in the fourth round. He looks as fresh as he did in the first. You'd be like, what is going on? He gets on the mic, calls out Islam Makhachev. Like it would be literally absolute cinema.
It would be cinema. It would be a moment for sure.
But like I said, I live in a fantasy world.
Yes. Whether that will happen is up to conjecture.
I mean, getting his knob out probably didn't help.
Probably not.
His case.
Yeah. I mean, that story in itself was mental.
That was bad. That was a bad one.
It was a bad one.
I mean, out of all things you could have been doing in your free time.
Yeah. And sending it to Azealia Banks of all people.
His missus puts up with a lot of shit, doesn't he? Doesn't she?
But it's
to the point where they must have an understanding. Yeah. Not an open relationship, but they must have she must just understand that is going to happen. Yeah. But if you're her, you're probably sat there thinking, my kids are set for life. I'm set for life. Yeah. For the times I've got to put up with that, do I just let it happen and just live a very, very nice life? Yeah. Which she will do on yachts and
you can imagine
fancy cars. Imagine if she broke up with him. Admittedly, she must have a few quid in the bank, but she effectively have nothing.
If they got a prenup, especially.
Which wouldn't surprise me if they. I mean, she was with him early doors, so maybe. Yeah.
Well, she helped finance his career, essentially.
Exactly. So I reckon there just must be a mutual understanding, or maybe even a semi kind of open relationship, because there's been so many times and she doesn't say anything.
No, she's very tight-lipped.
And like normally, like if it was like I don't know, David and Victoria Beckham and David cheated on her, the media would be like, oh, Victoria Beckham's been seen staying in one of their other homes away from David, and it would be a big thing. I think it would be a similar thing if that was the case with her.
Well, they had that whole thing with allegedly Beckham had that affair in Madrid. Yes. So and Spanish media were all over that, but
I just think the media would be all over it if she was like moving her stuff out, or there was a dispute, anything like that. Divorce, paid, like look how public Ilia Topuria's divorce was.
Yeah, that was
And that wasn't made public from her. That was made public from the media. And I think they tried. They're never going to be successful to keep it away from the media. So if there was any sniffings of a divorce, I think we'd know about it. But she's literally said nothing. And when she makes statements, she's like, yeah, like I support him, and there has to be an understanding between them two.
Yeah.
And she just lets it out.
Like they can't just not talk about it.
Yeah. And some relationships, they do have that, not understand, but they have that agreement to where like you can do that, but you have to be present at home.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go out a weekend or a night out and go do that, but you come home and your father, your husband, and she's just like, yeah, fine. I could absolutely see that being the case.
Every relationship's different.
Yeah, everyone's different. But some people absolutely have that agreement with their partner. They're like, if you want to go do that, that's fine, but you come home, you don't tell me about it, and you come home and you be husband and you be dad.
You be present.
And you be present. And if he does all that, she might just go, yeah, do you know what? He goes out and fucks some other bird, but then at the end of the day, he comes home and buys me a Lamborghini. That's fine. That's fine. My missus want to do that. That's
you
fine.
Could deal with that. I'd be happy.
I'd quite happily live that life. My missus is sleeping with another bloke, but she did buy me a Lamborghini Aventador, so I'm okay with it.
How come it's okay when she does it, but if I do it, I'm fuck?
Literally, she's doing that, but you know, well, she came home, she bought me a £15,000 watch, so we'll call it even. I reckon. At that point,
you take concessions where you can. Yeah.
I absolutely think there has to be an agreement between the two. Has to be. There's no way you can get away with sending pictures of your actual knob with a weight hanging off it to some random fucking rapper. And your wife
who hasn't released a big song since 212.
Literally.
As well. And
then just go, yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
Yeah, it's fine, you've done worse, don't worry about it. There's just no way she's...
Yeah.
Like, unless he's just a fantastic liar. It's AI. It's not me, it's AI, I promise. There's just no way he's that good of a liar to where he can dig himself out of a hole every single time.
That was a great impression.
No, it was alright.
Is that something you perfected over the years?
I have practiced it a few times. It's not perfect. Maybe one day. But there's no way she's just like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, oh, don't worry, like, I'll forgive you again.
Yeah.
That even the allegations that were made against him in the civil suit, we can't say it because the video will get taken down, but at the end of the day, whether if he was guilty of that or not, he was found liable, which doesn't mean he's guilty, admittedly, but the facts still remain that him and another woman went into a hotel room together, or a bathroom, I can't remember.
I think it was bathroom, yeah.
You're guilty as sin. Whether it was all consensual or not, you're still guilty as sin as a cheater. So again, there just has to be an agreement between the two. Otherwise, she would have left him a long time ago.
She would have done the Israel Adesanya's girlfriend method.
Oh yeah, do you remember that? Yeah. That was funny though.
That was crazy.
She tried suing him for everything he had, or half of what he had, and then he just turned around and went, "Oh, I don't have anything. Oh, all that McLaren. Oh, that's my mum's.
Yeah.
Oh, my house. Oh, that's my mum's as well. Oh, all the money I earn. Oh, that's my mum's. Yeah. She's my manager. She it's all her money. I just work for my mum. Yeah. Turns out he's got nothing. And it's happened so many times. And he ended up counting the suing her for $200,000, or if not more. Well, it was $1,000, wasn't it? Australian dollars. Yeah. But it happened with the footballer Hakimi.
I was about to say, yeah.
Hakimi. His missus, his wife, tried taking half of his earnings, and he was like, "Oh mate, I'm broke. I've got no money. My mum, she's loaded. Yeah. Me, I'm broke as shit. Lamborghini, it's my mum's." My mum, do you know what? It's a great idea.
It's a very smart idea.
It's a very smart. And the fact that they have no idea just makes me laugh even more. Yeah. To the point where they break up that she's thinking, yeah, I'm going to make a few quid here. Yeah. Get the lawyers involved. Oh, you think he's rich?
Yeah, it's not.
Nah, he's broke. He's got nothing. Here's his bank statement. He's got £20. Yeah. He's lucky if he makes it to training tomorrow. But it's okay because his mum might wire him some money.
His mum pays for his taxi.
Yeah, he's just got a credit card. Yeah. But the credit card's in his mum's name.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great idea. It
says Mrs. Hakimi on there.
Exactly. What do you want me to do about it? I've got no money. What are you suing me for? Genius. And that's what Adesanya did. Yeah. But I don't think Conor's that smart.
No, I don't think he's done that.
I don't think he's done that. Selling, what did he sell Proper 12 for? It was like 600 million, I think it was. After tax, he's probably walked away with what, 200-300 million?
Yeah. How much has Artem Lobov got of that money?
Oh yeah, it was all undisclosed, wasn't it? Yeah. I reckon he got a couple million to shut up.
At least.
He like 5. 10 maybe. So here's just shut up. Here's your money. Shut up and go away. It will cost Conor McGregor more to fight it in a court of law. So
yeah, you can't stop the Siberian Express.
Well, that's it. I mean, a lot of people end up paying off people because it's cheaper. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo got accused of that, and he paid off the woman, and he even said in an interview, he's like, it's just not worth my time.
No,
because with these people, time is so much money.
Yeah.
To sit and the court fees, lawyer fees.
Yeah. And then you might lose, and then you have to pay all that.
Yeah, and the damage it could do to your career. You pay someone off and just say, look, just there's your money. Go away quietly. Don't kick up a fuss. Sign this NDA.
And how taxing it must be emotionally as well. If you think
guilty or not.
Yeah.
And I remember, someone said to Ronaldo, is this not a guilty confession? He's like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So that people will see it like that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's more damaging to go through court. Because the fact that, whether again, true or not, she obviously had enough of a case for her lawyer to say, you have a case here. But in my eyes, how I see it, if you were that, I probably shouldn't say this, but if you were that wanting to pursue someone, you go after them legally, not for money.
Yeah.
If you were that upset by it, you'd want them put in prison. You wouldn't just want their money. Because if you're that scarred...
On that hush money, yeah.
And that's it.
Because then how strong are your principles?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you go into a hotel room with someone and it's on film, what happened in that hotel room is her story and my story, and
then again, from
it's hard to argue at that point, isn't it?
From their perspective, they might think about them getting bogged down in lawyer fees and thinking, shall I just,
But you kick up a fuss, and they just go, oh, do you know what? I'll give you $500,000 to shut the fuck up. And they're like, yep, absolutely fine, no problem at all. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Why? Here's my bank details. See you later. So that's my feelings on the whole Conor McGregor thing. But back to the point, there's no way he wins that fight.
I don't think
no way in hell.
No, not against Max Holloway.
No.
Even Max Holloway of 5 years ago, I think he beats Conor.
No, it's not even. I don't think it's even a close fight.
No.
I'm going to look at the other fights on International Fight Week. So I think it's a really interesting card.
There's some big fights.
Some really good fights on there.
Fighting on the card.
Yes, Benoit Saint Denis.
I like Benoit.
I like Benoit.
I'm a big fan of Benoit Saint Denis.
What I will say is I saw Paddy in sparring the other day at Next Gen, and it's clear to see that what his path to victory is going to be. He's got the guys he's been sparring with are very clearly trying to mimic the fight style of Benoit Saint Denis, from what I observed, and how I see it. I don't think this is. I ain't gonna say this. I think he's clearly gunning for a submission. Is what I saw. It's what I observed at Next Gen. Whether it might have just been that day he wanted to drill that stuff, but in sparring it was very evident to me that he is trying to take this fight to the ground and get a submission, because that's all he was doing with his two sparring partners, was getting them down and submitting them. Yeah. So I'm putting a bet on Paddy Pimblett to win by submission.
There's some insider trading right there. Not me.
That's my bet.
But Paddy's very, very gifted on the ground. He's got some solid submissions, and
his ground and pound's really good as well. He's really good.
That sub he got with Bobby Green.
Yes.
King Green, shall I say?
Yeah, really good.
It was very good, and even Cage Warriors.
Very good in Cage Warriors. There is a concern with Paddy striking. I think even he'd admit that's always been his weak point.
But even then, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think people hate on it a lot more because it's a bit unorthodox, which is again not a bad thing.
No.
And there is a concern that Benoit's boxing is very good. He has good hands, good power.
He's got a lot of power. Yeah.
A lot of power, a lot of grit, a lot of heart.
Yeah. That being said, if he gets tired, we saw him against Moicano. He was hurt.
And he struggled with the ground, the ground stuff.
Yeah, got dragged into deep waters and got finished by Moicano.
He did, but then the finish he got on Rufy, when Rufy had all that hype going into the fight.
Yeah.
But Rufy is not as good off his back.
No.
And Paddy does a really good job of not letting people hold him down.
Yeah.
So if you get him down, he does a really good job of getting back up.
Very active.
Yeah. And that's what will be different. If Benoit does manage to get him down, it won't be Paddy accepting the position. He will be actively working to get back to his feet. And again, also has very good jiu-jitsu off his back.
He does.
So I reckon Paddy does win that fight. I was in the other camp until I was watching him in training, and I think he'll be very well prepared for this fight.
Do you think that's his path to win?
I think a submission. When he was resting, I was packing my stuff up, and a chap asked him, what are you hunting for in this fight? Off camera, he said. And Paddy said, I don't really care. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to hunt for anything. But I'm not, in his words, I'm not asked. Whatever comes. But again, observing him in sparring, I do think his path, in his mind, is going to be get this fight to the ground and submit him.
Yeah.
But then why wouldn't you? I think if that's where your speciality is, I think that's the mistake he made in the Justin fight.
Yeah.
Is not trying to get that fight to the ground and not trying to use your jiu-jitsu. When that is, standing striking with Gaethje. Yes, you wanted to prove a point, and I think fair play, and he showed a lot of heart in that fight.
Oh, more than what a lot of people thought he had.
Massively. And I think the concern there, he took a lot of damage in that fight. How's it affected him?
Yeah.
Hopefully not much. It's not like he got knocked out or anything, but he did take a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's like 6 month turnaround from that fight. So.
I think that fight, actually, he would have learned a hell of a lot from that fight. Hell of a lot. And, losing that fight could be a good thing for him. Yeah. You go away, you rewatch the fight. Okay, how did I get clipped here? How did I get clipped there? And you analyze, you break down your own fight, and you learn from it. And I hope, and we might see another version of Paddy, chin's tucked, guards better, because that's what I observed. His chin is too high up in the air, and Benoit absolutely can clip him. Yeah. But if he's just gonna get him down, I reckon he could get it done early.
Do you think that he took obviously you get given what you're given and you'll take the biggest opportunities? Do you think that he was given that title fight against Gaethje a bit too early?
Yes and no, because I think for the UFC it was
they had the star on their hands.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity for the UFC to really help Paddy's stocks. And at the time, Gaethje looked withered. He obviously had that knockout loss at UFC 300.
He'd beaten Pfizer in the rematch.
Fiziev, yeah, and that was a good fight. But again, I think Fiziev was on short notice. Was he on short notice?
He was on short notice, and he'd already lost to Gaethje.
Yeah, so you could argue Justin Gaethje shouldn't have been getting a title shot, but Ali Abdelaziz is a good manager.
He's a very good manager.
Say what you want about him as a person and his history. At the end of the day, he is a very good manager.
He used to be an MMA fighter as well.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He fought Carl Uno. I think he's fought a few guys. He fought Carl Uno, and he wasn't a very good. He's a much better manager than he is fighter. I think. Yeah. Maybe 1 win, 3 losses. I think. Yeah.
That's the same with Herb Dean. He's a much better ref than he was fighter. He wasn't very good.
No.
And when you actually watch his fights, Herb Dean's fights, he was terrible.
No.
But
yeah, back to the point. Yeah, Ali Abdelaziz. Ali Abdelaziz. I have to do it in the Conor McGregor accent so I can pronounce it. But yeah, Ali is a very good manager, and he backed Justin Gaethje's corner tremendously and got him that fight. Yeah,
massively.
As he was not the first choice.
But there is definitely an argument to say that Paddy took that fight too soon. But I think anyone with half a brain, he probably got offered a fair bit of money for it. And being the first fight on the Paramount deal, obviously there's no pay-per-view model anymore. Yeah. So they're not getting the pay-per-view bonus.
They need that big fight.
I reckon there was a very different financial incentive, more than anything, to take that fight. Win or lose, you're still walking away with probably $1 million plus.
Yeah, exactly.
You have your show. I reckon, at a guess, Paddy's probably on 150, 250 to show, and the same to win. And I reckon he would have been reimbursed very well.
Oh yeah,
for like
stacking it up.
Well, I don't even know how the model works now, because before it was you got a percentage of pay-per-view buys, and that made these fighters a lot of money.
Yeah.
In addition
to sponsorships as well,
and show and win money. In addition to that, so I reckon there was a nice chunk of money in there. And if anything, Paddy was like, do you know what? If I win, it does great things for my career. I get paid handsomely. If I lose, I learn from it, and I'll get paid handsomely.
Yeah, and the thing was,
could be wrong.
He didn't lose. Like, obviously, Gaethje won the fight hands down. It was a dominant performance, but he had moments. Paddy Pimblett won more fans than he lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was quite hated at the time.
Very hated.
And I think having that fight, people gained a lot of respect for Paddy in that fight. The heart he showed, and he was quite humble in defeat as well. Which, when you see him, the persona he puts across is this
very extroverted, very antagonistic, very much a braggart.
Yeah.
Just confident in his own abilities.
Absolutely. And some people didn't like him for that, and the way he went out on his shield in that fight against Gaethje, took a lot of damage, wore it, kept coming forward, right to the bitter end, and people really respected him for that, and so did I, to be fair. And I reckon Paddy wins this fight quite comfortably.
I don't know about comfortably, but I think he'll win. I really like Benoit Saint-Denis, but I think Saint-Denis can keep it striking, but Paddy's ground game is just
really good.
I think it's leaps and bounds above what
Benoit
can do.
Paddy is the favourite.
Minus 170. So, yeah.
Benoit is a plus 145 underdog, while Paddy is minus 170 favourite to win.
So not a massive difference.
Not a massive difference.
No.
But then again, you got to remember that Benoit Saint-Denis did have
Beneil Dariush is fucking still face planted on the floor.
Yeah. I mean,
poor guy.
He did have them 2 fights where he lost a lot of stocks because he did not look good against Moicano and admittedly against Dustin Poirier, and it is Dustin Poirier, you can't knock him for that, but 2-fight losing streak, and he lost. A lot of people were saying he's going to be a champion, and then he lost them 2 fights, and it was like, ooh,
the tremendous
maybe
amount
not.
Of hype that fell off, but with that knockout over Dariush,
massively.
It was a nasty knockout as well.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. I think again, I was watching Luke Riley in sparring, and nothing we don't know. But he is just so fast. Yeah, his hands are ridiculously fast.
He's very, very skilled, and
very highly skilled.
I think that he has a tremendous amount of potential if he keeps doing what he's doing, undefeated, and London wise, it wasn't the most impressive performance.
No,
but. This is the fight to prove us wrong. This is the fight to kind of show everyone what he is capable of.
I think the Kai Kamaka fella is undefeated as well. No, I'm very wrong. 18-7.
Oh yeah, very.
He's not who I thought he was. 3 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission. Drew his last fight, and lost the fight before that in the UFC. So, he's 1-2 in the UFC, but then his 3rd fight against a guy called Hope. He only won a split decision, so I think this is going to be a comfortable Luke Riley decision. Looking at that alone.
Yeah, just statistics wise. But then again, MMA math never makes sense. It never makes sense. And you can rely on statistics to a certain degree, but at some point, it's just it ends up being a fight, and everyone's got a puncher's chance. So, everyone's
got that chance.
Yeah, but I do think, even saying that, I think Luke Riley takes it comfortably.
Easily, yeah. I think he knocks him out, if I'm honest. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez.
Cody Garbrandt. I want him to win so badly.
I think you got to love Cody Garbrandt, but 15-7 ain't pretty.
The fall off.
It's got to be studied at some point.
They've got to make it. Someone's got to do their dissertation on Cody Garbrandt 2016.
Massively.
Versus Cody Garbrandt now. It's unbelievable.
But Adrian Yanez won 1-1 in his last 3. Won in 2024, lost by split decision in 2024 again.
Right.
And then in 2026, in March, he drew to Ricky Simon. Yanez is not a bad fighter.
Yeah, Ricky Simon's not bad either. So, I mean, Yanez has the... I mean, my heart is always going to say Cody.
And he did look good in his last fight, it's Long, where he won a unanimous decision. But then he did lose to Ronnie Barcelos, which is not a good loss.
No.
And even losing to Figueiredo is not a bad thing. No. He's a very good fighter.
That was his... did he drop down to flyweight for that?
Yes. 2024.
I'm almost certain he dropped down. Because that was the first... I think that was like the first fight on the UFC 300 card.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
And I was like, you're putting fucking Figueiredo on, Bo Nichols on the main card, and you put in Figueiredo and Prohaska on the on the undercard.
But I don't remember the Long matchup very well. But I'm sure he got dropped in it. Cody, I'm sure he got dropped in that Long fight. I can't remember. It was so long ago. Yeah. Well, March. It was 2 months ago.
I mean, I love Cody, but you assume he gets dropped in every one of his fights.
Pretty much. The chin is not there anymore, is it?
It's not there, and he just goes at it with such reckless abandon.
But has Adrian Yanez got that power to put him down?
I don't think he does. does.
I don't think he does. Cody Garbrandt coming in with more volume. I just don't know. I vouched for myself to never back Cody Garbrandt ever again. He's so unpredictable. You can't predict Cody Garbrandt.
No.
He's the worst fighter to put on a parlay. Like you just don't ever back him in a parlay.
If you're going to put him on a parlay, do that second chance so you at least win £10 back in bets.
Absolutely.
Free bets, because I just can't. Odds would be good because obviously, of course, they would, but you just can't. I can't bet on Cody.
No, I never will. Never again.
Sadly.
I think I'm going to take Giannis to win that fight only because I just can't rely on Garbrandt anymore.
You know what? I'm gonna go with my heart. Cody Garbrandt is gonna win.
They do say never bet with your heart.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a betting man, so that doesn't apply to me.
Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov.
Robert
Whittaker's light heavyweight debut.
Yeah, Robert Whittaker all the way. It's got to be.
I think so. I mean, Krylov beat Modestas Bakakis recently, but he didn't look great in doing so. I don't think he looked special in that fight. He's much older now.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a. I'm looking forward to seeing Robert Whittaker not have to cut the weight, and I think we're going to see a very traditional Robert Whittaker performance. Yeah. You know, the 1-2 head kick is going to be flowing. I think he's going to pack more of a punch. I think we could see a rejuvenated Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
In this fight, and I can't wait.
And that's with the we talked about it with the middleweights coming up to light heavyweight. You know, Paulo Costa's broke the curse of middleweights coming up.
Looked
and
really
getting
good.
Viciously knocked out.
Yeah.
So.
Looked very, very good in his light heavyweight debut. And again, almost like he looked rejuvenated. And it's just, I think it's that weight cut, not having to cut all that weight, and almost fighting at where you should have been fighting your whole career, really, in natural weight class more than anything.
Yeah.
Just going into fight feeling more comfortable, feeling more fresh. You know, I think he'll pack more of a punch. Will he be a bit slower? Potentially.
Yeah.
It's a big weight jump, but I still think he's going to look really good.
But you think he used to fight at welterweight?
Yeah.
And didn't do that well at welterweight. He got beat by Wonderboy.
Wonderboy. A lot of people don't realise that fight happened.
Yeah, and then he moves up to middleweight and he goes on a fucking tear.
Yeah, wins the championship. Yeah. Defends it.
And then
obviously loses it to Izzy.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean,
Izzy just had his number, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get that fighter that just. The second fight, he looked quite good in the second fight. There was moments where Whittaker could have won that fight, and some people were arguing that Whittaker won that fight on the scorecards.
It was a close decision.
It was a very close fight. I don't think it was a robbery. It was just a close fight. There's a massive difference.
Clear difference between.
A lot of people don't realise that.
No.
A lot of people call a close fight a robbery when it's not. It's just a close fight.
But I do kind of feel bad for Whittaker because he's moving up to light heavyweight. Guess who else is moving up to light heavyweight?
Hamzat.
Yep.
Is he though?
He's got to.
Well, because apparently he said the only match he'd accept is a Sean Strickland rematch.
Is he going to be able to do that at middleweight though?
He really struggled making that weight.
If he comes in that depleted.
Well, let's be honest. We all know he did not make weight. No. That was a scandal.
That was 100%.
100%. Whether it might have been only 1 or 2 pounds, but he did not make 185 that night. No way in hell.
Yeah.
People was like, I think it was Arman Sharukian who was in his camp was saying like he was cutting like fucking 70 pounds, like stupid, and like Hamzat said it, like towards the end his body was just shutting down. There's no way he legitimately made 185. No way.
I don't understand why when it comes to weight cutting, like people make it so hard for themselves. Like, and I get it to put on mass, but you're depleting yourself to such a significant degree that you can't recover within those 24 hours. It's just impossible.
I always find it funny when they cut their hair to make weight.
Yeah.
I get it, but the funniest one for me was Tracy Cortez.
Oh, and
she cut her hair to make weight, and then she held her hair anyway. What are you doing?
That did not make any sense. Like it was just.
That's just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Like you just completely negated cutting your hair.
That's the point. Yeah.
There was no point. But anyway, I think Robert Whittaker is going to look very good.
I think
he's going to win. I think he'll win quite comfortably.
I think he gets it done in one.
I reckon decision.
You think so?
Yeah, I reckon so. Something is just screaming decision to me. I hope he gets it done in one.
Yeah.
1-2 head kick. Traditional Robert Whittaker knockout.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Well, UFC debutant, the prodigy of John Jones, Gabe Stevenson, making his heavyweight debut against Elijah Ellison. They fed him a can.
Yeah,
they're feeding him a can.
Big time. You have to.
Inexperienced, 5-2. coming off a first round knockout loss to Perisic.
Yeah.
There's no way they're feeding Gabe Stevenson.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen enough of Gabe Stevenson, but the last time he fought, he was fighting an absolute nobody.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get his wrestling going, couldn't get a takedown. Because these wrestlers that come over from wrestling, from Olympic wrestling.
Yeah, from the NCAA and the...
I mean, Daniel Cormier done it very well, but Bo Nickel and Gabe Stevenson will be the same. They come over to MMA, and all of a sudden you haven't got a guy who is also trying to take you down and also standing there to be taken down and grappling with you. So how do you get a takedown? And they come over and they don't know how to get a takedown in MMA. Yes, they do get it. They manage it in a fight. But as soon as you come across a fighter, Bo Nickel had the same, who can defend a takedown, you're cooked. And we saw it in the Reina de Rida fight. Bo Nickel looked very good going up to the fight.
Yeah.
Very dominant wrestler. Could be the guy to beat Hamzat Chimaev.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, by the way. And then he goes against Reina de Rida. He can't get a takedown, and then he doesn't know what to do. He's lost.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problem is that when these guys come over, these high level wrestlers, they come over to MMA, and they're such high level wrestlers that they can kind of take almost anybody down.
Yeah.
And they start kind of thinking, okay, this is MMA. I'm going to use my striking to set up a takedown. But then when that doesn't work,
they're cooked.
And they're thinking, oh my god, my striking setting up the takedown isn't working.
And their striking's not good enough.
Yeah, they just go straight into not setting them up at all, not setting up the takedowns at all.
Just shooting from 3-4 feet out.
Yeah, and it's so easy to read. And then they get more disheartened, and then they get more tired and more exhausted.
There's so much more to think about in MMA, because all of a sudden you've got guys that can counter you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you go into a sport where you can get kneed in as you're going in.
Yeah.
You can get uppercut.
Yeah.
You can stuff a takedown. All of a sudden he's on top of you, and
you can
in wrestling, that's not the threat.
Yeah.
There is no threat of that in wrestling. You come over to MMA and you don't know how to deal with these threats, and they're almost scared to throw a takedown because they're so worried about a counter.
Yeah.
I think Gabe Stevenson is going to win this fight, but I think as soon as he comes up against, I think he gets beat by Mick Parkin. I think Mick Parkin batters him because his striking is piss. It's awful.
Yeah.
You watch him in his last fight. He's facing some fucking hot dog vendor or a taxi driver, whatever he is, and his striking is awful. We can't get a takedown. Yes, he gets the knockout eventually, but he struggles to get there.
He's fighting for it, yeah.
And he's like, 3-0 in MMA, and I don't care if he won 1,000 wrestling matches. It's like going from... It's like if you're a footballer in League One and all of a sudden you're playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's a big
It's
jump.
a massive jump.
Massive jump.
And you could be the best footballer in the League One.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you're one of the worst in the Prem.
Yeah.
And that's what I think this is going to be.
It should be... It's a case of given that UFC contract, but under the assurance that he fights in these regional shows and he builds up more experience, because 100%. when he comes over to Bellator had a similar thing when they signed Jake Hager, the former WWE wrestler, is that they wanted to build up his experience. They wanted to build him into a star, but because he was on such a big platform with Bellator and they kept feeding him cans, it worked against him so much to the point where he's just like, he's on the big show, but you're feeding him guys that, wouldn't even get onto a Bellator event anyway.
It was the same as CM Punk.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
And it's just...
And they tried feeding him cans, and he got beat. I don't think Gabe Stevenson is going to lose to a guy like Elijah Ellison. I really don't.
No.
But I would like to a little disclaimer. It's not Gabe Stevenson's fault. He was on the regional scene and nobody wanted to fight him. No one was fighting him. So what do? You have to go somewhere where someone is going to accept the fight. And if that's the UFC, then I completely get it. But I worry about his experience. I think Elijah Ellison I don't think he's very good, and I don't think he'll lose that fight. I don't even think it'll be close. I think he'll look very good, actually. I think he'll go out there, he will look good against an Elijah Ellison, and then he'll get a ranked opponent like a Marcin Tybura, and he'll get battered.
Well, that's the thing. He needs that ranked opponent in order to, because if they do the Bo Nickel route and give him cans, or the Jake Hager route and give him cans, then how many cans do you give him before people say, oh, for fuck's sake, it's just... Well,
he fights these cans, you win in a good fashion, knock out, dominate him on the ground, whatever, and people have this false sense of like security about them, that they're this really high level fighter. Bo Nickel very the same, and then all of a sudden you come across a guy who is levels above you. And admittedly, Reina de Ridder at the time had only lost twice in his whole career, and it was to the same bloke.
Yeah.
And you know, one championship, double champion, maybe even 3-time champion.
Yeah.
Can't remember. And elite fighter. Admittedly, hasn't looked spectacular. Didn't look great in the Caio Borralho fight, but at the time, he'd only lost twice in his career and won so many times. On paper, Bo Nickel was never going to win that fight.
Yeah.
But how you see it is you've got this hyped up guy, and now you have a guy who knows how to defend a takedown, is a better striker than you. And Reina de Ridder is no exceptional striker by any means. And I really do believe we're going to see a carbon copy of Gabe Stevenson. I don't care if he's being trained by John Jones. That means nothing to me.
Good at eye pokes.
Yeah, you're great. You're a good cheater. Like, just don't get caught. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but what if the can wins?
Oh, mate, if Elijah Ellison wins that fight, you almost have to cut Gabe Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like, you almost, because who do you give him after that? Who do you give him after that apart from another debutant?
Yeah.
And what if he loses again?
You just have to build him back up again, kind of like how when Bellator signed Aaron Pica, and they gave him, was it Zach Freeman, who's like very much a, journeyman kind of in MMA, and then Freeman subbed him in under a minute. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like at that point it elevates the guy who's the elevates him to a stock because they're like, oh wow, he's able to do that, but then because
everyone's gonna be thinking, oh, how good was he if he's getting beat by Elijah Ellison? I really don't think he will. I think he'll knock him out quite early.
I think he will as well.
I think because he does pack power, but then most heavyweights should. But I just think Pete's gonna get a knockout in the first 30 seconds. He's gonna get loads of hype, get a ranked opponent, get dominated, and then people will drop him like they dropped Bo Nickel. I mean, a lot of people didn't like Bo Nickel anyway because he was giving it large. Then he beat Hamzat Chimaev. You're like, okay, let's chill out a little bit. Yeah. Like, come on. And maybe in a wrestling match you'd have a chance, but as soon as you're adding striking and all the rest of it, and you're not just trying to push a guy out of a circle, whatever they do in wrestling, you've now got a cage to deal with. And that's the thing. These guys, they get their back up against the cage, and because they're not used to it, they don't know how to cut off the cage. Yeah. They just shoot blindly, get countered or get snuffed, and they just panic. They're like, I don't know what to do now.
And if they're on the ground, if they're on their back, then
they just lay on top of them.
Yeah, they don't know how to use the cage to their advantage. No, wall walking, pushing off the cage because they're not used to it.
They don't. Sometimes if the guy's got half decent submission defense, they just lay on top of them for 15 minutes because they don't know what else to do. No. And they think, well, if I'm going to win the fight this way, fuck it, I'll do that. I mean, okay, fair enough.
They don't want to take any risks.
And you won't get fans doing that. They're quite the opposite. And Bo Nickel is very much a victim of that. Not his fault. You got to do what you got to do to win. But and then Bo Nickel going out and knocking out Rodolfo Vieira the way he did massively helped his stock.
Yes,
because
he needed that.
He actually showed decent striking and he showed good development.
Yeah,
and that's what Gabe said. He needs to win every time he wins. He needs to go out next time and look better.
Yeah,
and that's when I'll go, okay, fair enough. You've not just sat back and relied on your wrestling. You've actually improved as an MMA fighter.
Become a mixed martial artist. Yeah.
And that's when, but a lot of these guys, they don't do it. They don't do it. And I think Bo Nickel did fall victim to that.
Yeah.
And he learnt his lesson, which again, fair play. And you came back and you looked really good on the feet. And you go, that's how you're going. You need to develop all forms of your game if you're going to be successful, especially in the UFC. When, admittedly, not everyone's like an Ilia Topuria where they're just good everywhere. You could be the world's best striker. Max Holloway's a very good example. I know he's been in the sport for much longer, but he's gone through most of his career being this amazing striker, and he comes across this guy who's just going to wrestle fuck him, and he doesn't know what to do. Yeah. He looked lost in that Charles Oliveira fight. Looked defeated by the end of the first round. And what do? Especially when you don't have power to knock someone out. At least with Gabe Stevenson, he can get dominated for 2 rounds, then go out and get a flash knockout in the third. But I hope he develops as an MMA. I want him to do well.
He's still young.
He's minus 2,500 favourite.
Yes.
So it does. I mean, this is against Elijah Ellison, but it does show what the bookies think of him. And I hope he goes out there. I hope he looks incredible, and I hope he develops going forward.
We can only hope.
We can only hope. Brandon Royval versus Lonnie Kavanagh.
Ooh, I'm a big fan of Royval. I'm a big fan of Royval, but
I'm a big fan of Lonnie Kavanagh.
Oh, well, I like Lonnie Kavanagh as well,
You
obviously,
should.
because he's English. But I'm just saying,
Not only because he's English, because he's a fucking good fighter.
he's a very good fighter. But I think it's going to be a very interesting fight, a very fun fight to watch. It's going to be. You have to admit, it's going to be a very fun fight to watch.
Yeah, because Lonnie Kavanagh's going to beat the brakes off him.
But it's going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a very exciting fight. Because Royval he will go out there, and he will try. He'll do his best to win. He won't.
Yeah, he won't
try to grind out a decision. He will try to finish this fight.
He did get knocked out in the first round in his last fight, though.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. But then again, Kavanagh doesn't oppose the power of a Manel Cap.
No.
But it's the volume, it's the speed, it's the technical ability he has. I was talking to his coach a few months ago, Ash Grimshaw, great guy, and I said, like, were you surprised by the Brandon Moreno performance? He was like, nah. He said, I said to him, his quote, he said to Lonnie, you will shock the world, but you won't shock your coaches, because they know what he's about, and
more than anyone else.
And he's very right, very, very right. And that Moreno, I did not see him beating Moreno. I really didn't. Not because I don't think I think less of him, because I just thought the experience is gonna be too much. Altitude is gonna be a hell of a lot. Short notice in Moreno's back garden.
Yeah.
On paper, everything was against Kavanagh.
Yeah.
And then to go out there and put on a exceptional performance.
It was a brilliant performance.
It was incredible to watch.
Star-making performance.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And coming off a knockout loss to Charles Johnson.
True.
Everything was against Kavanagh winning that fight.
Yeah.
And he went out there and he looked fucking
had his back up against the
amazing.
wall and puts on a performance against a former champion. One of the biggest stars at flyweight.
Yeah. So. Admittedly, tail end of his career. I mean, he's not actually, he's like 32, but Ash was telling me a lot about how not a lot of fans understand battle damage. And it doesn't matter. You could be 28, 29, 30. If you've been through war after war after war, which Brandon Moreno had been with the Figgy fights.
4 Figgy fights.
Yeah, they're all of them. They were wars. And no matter how old you are, if you've been in them wars, you that longevity, you slow down a lot quicker. And that performance looked like Moreno. It looked like it could have been a retirement fight for him.
Yeah.
Not taking anything away from Kavanagh, because no one thought that, but Moreno had no answers to the striking of Kavanagh. Didn't really seem he had a game plan either.
No.
He just looked a bit lost and
bit flat-footed.
Yeah, very flat-footed, and just didn't know what to do really. So I reckon we could be seeing the back end of Moreno's career purely based on the battle damage he's received alone. So, with that being said, I think Kavanagh is going to win this fight. I think he's going to put on another great performance. Admittedly, he's leapfrogged most of the rankings.
Big time. Yeah, big time. As he should.
As he should, yeah.
He gets a win over Moreno.
With all the conditions he had, all the, not controversy, but all the things that were against him.
Yeah. If he can get a big win over Royval, who is a very exciting fighter, and he goes in there and he...
Round 4.
Yeah, exactly. He puts on a performance. He's always right near the top. If he can do that, then...
You're looking at beat Royval, beat one other guy, you're in for a title.
Yeah, easy. Title shot.
I mean, we're looking at...
Because not featherweight. Flyweight isn't the most stacked kind of division. No. It's never been, ever since its inception.
Yeah.
Like, there's always been very good guys, but it's just never had, like, the depth that the lightweight division has.
But it's interesting, because I think what you do is you do, obviously, Royval Kavanagh, and we've also got Cap versus Horiguchi in the Apex, by the way. Don't even get me started on that. These two sold out an actual stadium in one championship?
Yeah.
An actual stadium, they sold it out, and now you're putting it in the fucking Apex. What are we doing?
Disrespecting my man, fucking Horiguchi.
Disrespecting them both.
Yeah. And
who won that first fight? Was it Cap?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
And so those two are fighting.
Look at that, yeah.
So the win. Then we've also got Van will face Pantoja next. So you do the winner of those two fights, Horiguchi, Cap, Kavanagh, Royval. Winner of those two fights fight each other. So in my opinion, it will be Cap versus Kavanagh. In my opinion,
that'd be a very exciting fight.
Oh, it'd be an elite fight, and the winner of that fight gets title shot.
Yeah, against either Pantoja or Van.
While Pantoja and Van fight each other, I know that does leave Tatsuro Taira, but he's just come off a very bad loss to Joshua Van. I think you got to give him like a rank 6 or 7. And Almabayev, like that'd be a good fight, because Almabayev was like 18-1 or something, 18-2 or something, and
he's got a decent record.
I think that fight's good to make as like to see if Tyra is still about it, and then like let him do that and build up his hype again while this other stuff plays out, because you can't give Tyra unless you do.
You can't give him a top 5 guy.
No, especially when all 4 of the top 5 guys are. Well, I know Kavanagh's ranked 6, but are all fighting each other. You got, and I think they have to make the winner of those 2 fights have to fight each other. Number 1 contender fight.
Give Tyra someone who has something to prove. Somebody you can even do a guy that's ranked maybe out of the top 10, maybe like 12 or 13, something like that. You know,
Charles Johnson.
Exactly. Exactly.
That'd be a bad time.
Give him that fight, and then if he wins, then it boosts his confidence. If not, then it makes a new star in that lower ranked fighter. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I think the flyweight division is looking very, very exciting going forward. Really exciting, actually. In fact, when is the Cap Horiguchi fight? Is it after International Fight Week?
I think it may be, yeah. I have a feeling.
Has it already happened by the time this comes out?
Maybe.
I have no idea. Are they main eventing it?
They should
Are they the main event? This 21st of June. We're talking like this fight. This is going to come out after that podcast. So that's interesting. So we could be either chatting utter shit. Well, that's on my prediction with Cap Horiguchi. Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be Horiguchi.
You think?
Yeah.
A lot older though.
I mean, it's, there's a lot of other fighters that age doesn't make a difference. I'd say Horiguchi's at the best point in his career now.
I'd love Horiguchi to go win the title, because it's a proper that's a storyline and a half.
Was in the UFC.
Yeah.
Fought DJ,
lost
to DJ, and
went
then
to one.
Dominated. He's been an absolute monster.
Did he lose one?
I think he did lose one.
I think he got knocked out in one fight.
Yeah, but he is just
still won the title.
Been on an absolute tear. And to come back to the UFC and
at 35, 36.
With a lot of fanfare as well.
Yeah.
And people, really high on Horiguchi.
And I would love for him to go on and win the title, but I don't know. I think Cap is a really hard puzzle to solve.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
I know Makayev managed to do it, but that was a shit fight.
That was an awful
fucking
fight.
Awful.
Yeah, well, we're probably not going to see Makayev in the UFC anytime soon.
So I think that's mental. How can you have probably the best flyweight in the world not fighting in the UFC?
Yeah.
He's gone, I know they had their problems, but it appears that he's learnt from that. He's grown up a little bit. I think you've got to get him back.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see kind of
he's too good.
The best fighters in the world fight each other.
Yeah. And Makayev versus Van is a fun fight. Even if you bring Makayev back and you say, look, I know you want to fight for a title, but beat this rank 8 guy, beat this rank 5 guy, fight the loser of Kavanagh Royval, you're straight back in.
Yeah. The biggest enemy of Makayev is Makayev.
Yeah. I think he's learnt a lot though, and he said in an interview, I think, who's it? The owners of MVP said I know he had to pull out in the end, but they said that he was a pleasure to deal with. He's learnt his lesson. I
hope so.
A lot of people saying they only cut him because they were worried about him breaking John Jones's record of the youngest champion. Dana
White's like, let's kibosh this.
It absolutely was looking like he was going to do it as well. Yeah. It upsets me the fact that he won't, because I think he could have done it. Yeah. I know Makayev, he's not marketable in any way. He's not the most exciting fighter to watch, but he's a very good fighter. And the fact that he claims, claims probably the wrong word, but he represents England. So I want him back in the UFC.
Yeah. As an Englishman.
Yeah. But that if he comes back anytime soon, it really does throw a spanner into the flyweight division as well.
Yeah, it adds something new as
well. But you can see how how it's planning out, how it's going. As you just said, the fights that they could very easily make and the fights that have been made. Yeah. Throw him in the mix. Oh, there you go. Makayev versus Tyra. That fight makes so much sense right now. Tyra wins, he's straight back into the conversations at the top of the division. Makayev wins, he's in for a potential one more fight in a title shot. He's back in the top of the division. That's the fight that they have to make. Get Makayev back in the UFC. Makayev versus Tatsuro Taira. Make it at Madison Square Garden in November. Not like main event or anything, but on the main card, 100%.
well, what if Bo Nickal's fighting on that card? And,
Bo Nickel
and Gable Stevenson.
Bo Nickel will probably headline the fucking Madison Square Garden, mate. This guy, how is this guy still? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking him as a person, but he should not be on a main card. People say he should be on. He's an early prelim fighter. I don't necessarily disagree.
I don't know. I think Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage 2 could sell out arenas, mate.
In a fucking dreamland, mate.
We were talking about your fantasy land, so you know.
Yeah, we like Fantasyland.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's a much better place. It's a much easier place. But you've had a few fights, haven't you?
Yeah.
I think you should tell the people about your fighting experience.
Well, I've had one official amateur fight, and that was in 2018, and I was 23 when that happened. I'm an old man now.
What was his name?
His name was what was his name? Oh yes, Charlie Haycox. And funny thing about that, Charlie Haycox also making his amateur debut. We're both making our debuts.
Yeah.
I had competed against his brother, Will Haycox. Will
Right.
Haycox was an undefeated amateur fighter. He's gone pro now.
Right.
Undefeated now. I think he's something like maybe 2-3-0. Very talented jiu-jitsu guy. Like incredibly, like I like him a lot. I think that he's a very talented guy, and I think he could do really big things. Trains in Birmingham as well, and back in 2014, I want to say,
Right.
there was a jiu-jitsu competition at 10th Planet Birmingham, and it was called Sub-Zero, and the
Right.
whole thing was there was no points, no like points for takedowns or sweeps or passing guard or anything like that. It was you go, if you get a submission, that's it. If not, neither of you get a submission within the time limit, then it's declared a draw.
Right. Okay.
Like neither of you win.
Right.
And it was Sub-Zero, and I was in the 85 kilogram bracket.
Okay.
I was kind of like I wanted to go 78, but I couldn't drop that weight. So I was like,
it's a lot of weight to drop.
Yeah, I was like 80 kilograms.
Right.
So I was kind of like light for that category. But
Right.
I was in that weight category, and my first opponent was Will Haycox.
Right.
And I get pulled aside by my coach, Chris Gary, and he says, look, this guy, Will Haycox, he's incredibly talented.
Right.
Very, very, very good jiu-jitsu fighter. He says he loves his leg locks, and his first thing he's going to do is try and leg lock you. He says, so I want you to go into the back, just where the kind of mats were, where it's kind of like hidden, and I want you to just drill leg lock defense. Just drill it. Don't focus on anything else, just leg lock defense. And I was like, oh, okay, so this guy likes leg locks.
Right.
I never attempt leg locks ever.
No, they're
so
horrible.
I'm like, I maybe go for a knee bar every
Yeah.
once in a blue moon, but I never go for leg locks.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. So I'm drilling all these leg locks, go back with this guy, and then I'll get called, go out for my match, do the whole...
Is this an MMA fight?
No,
or
this is jiu-jitsu
fight. Yeah.
primarily jiu-jitsu. Shake hands with Will Haycox, and first thing he does, pull guard, try and go for my leg.
Right.
First thing I do is I throw my leg away, not wanting to engage at all.
Yeah.
He's on the ground, pulling guard, sitting down. I'm kind of standing over the top of him. He dives for my leg. As soon as he dives for my leg, guillotine.
Yeah.
We spin. I've literally got the video. I've got the actual video of the whole competition, but
Right.
this fight specifically.
Yeah.
He dives for a leg. I get a guillotine. He then starts spinning around. I start spinning with him. We spin 360 like twice. So we do like a full 720 spin. I'm holding onto this neck for dear life. And we manage to stop. We come to a halt. I get a perfect guillotine. I come down, tighten it up, tap him out within 20 seconds.
Look at that.
Yeah, and he's very disappointed. Doesn't want to shake my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's kind of like I think he was just really shocked by it, like because he went in. His dad's like a trainer and has been coaching them for years prior to this, so he was very disappointed in that. I went back and Chris says, "Oh, is your match over already?" I went, "Yeah," and he says, "Oh, did he get you with a leg?" I said, "No, I got him with guillotine," and he was like, "What?" And I was just
fair
like,
play to the coach though.
Yeah, and I was
done his research.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah. He says, "Did he go for your leg?" I said, "Yeah, but I just got me a guillotine," and I just didn't think about it. I was just like, so I moved on, won my next match via triangle, and then won the final by rear naked choke.
That was all jiu-jitsu.
That was all jiu-jitsu, time limit, so
Yeah.
no points for passing guard, just keep going until
Yeah.
submission, which I prefer. I don't
Yeah.
like the whole point scoring stuff. Fast forward to 2018, have my fight, sign up for it because a friend of mine sent me just a Facebook like thing saying, oh, you should sign up for this, because he knew I trained MMA, and I was like, I thought, fuck it, why not? Maybe he had a few beers. I thought, yeah, put in my information.
Confidence juice.
Not thinking about it for a few weeks.
We like confidence juice.
Not thinking about it for a few weeks. I get an email back saying, send us your fighter photo, all that stuff, like, you're on the card. And I'm thinking, oh shit, this is real. So do that, send my fighter photo, and it's me, and the guy I'm fighting is a guy called Charlie Haycox, and I'm thinking, that name rings a bell.
What are the chances of that?
Who's this guy? And turns out Charlie Haycox, the younger brother of Will Haycox.
Right. Do you reckon his brother told him? Like when he clocked, he was like, you got to beat this guy.
Yeah, I think he did.
You've got to beat this guy.
We never really talked, I never really had that, like, a conversation with Will or anything like that, or even with Charlie, like, but I was just like, who is this guy? So I searched him on Facebook and I was like, oh shit. He's the younger brother of the guy that I subbed in 20 seconds.
Broken things.
And yeah, it comes to the fight. When I signed up for the fight, this is how drunk I was. I wasn't training MMA at the time.
Right.
So when I got this fight, I was like, shit, I need to sign up to a gym.
Oh, you didn't have a gym?
No. So I'd...
Did you have a jiu-jitsu gym, or did you stop training completely?
I stopped training for like a year. So, and then I went to Renegade Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Which was, Tom Breeze, Fabian Edwards, Leon Edwards, all those guys. I started training with them for like a month, training with them, and I said to him, hey, I know this is kind of, I've got an amateur fight. Would any of you guys, be interested? And they were like, look, we're really sorry, but, we're not big on cornering fighters that we don't know that much about, which is 100% fair.
It's fair, yeah.
Because they don't necessarily want to associate their brand with someone that they don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's fine, no worries. So I got a bit lazy and didn't contact anyone.
Right.
So I went out without a corner.
You went out to an MMA fight without a corner?
Yeah, went out to my debut without a corner. Just me and my lonesome.
Literally no one, not even a friend?
No one. I had some friends in the crowd who came to watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one in my corner.
What did you do between rounds? Was there between rounds?
There was a between rounds.
Or did you just sit there on your own?
I just waited in. You know what happened? So, going to the fight, it was weird as well because it was a conference kind of building.
Yeah.
So they had the main ballroom area where they had the cage and they had all the audience, and we had to go in through the back where there was the kitchen.
Right. Yeah.
So we went through the kitchen, but they took us both through at the same time.
Right.
Like me and my opponent. So we're in this it's about from here to where you are.
Yeah.
It's like this small little room, and we're just standing there, like me and Charlie, and I'm just like, I don't know what else to say to him. I just look at him and go, yeah, best of luck, mate. And he goes, yeah, you too. And then I turn around to kind of give him a bit of kind of like, so he can focus or whatever. And I'm kind of like, I'm doing like a little prayer and all that stuff. And then his brother Will is trying to hype him up, going, oh, you got this. He hasn't got anything. You're going to beat him. And like, he's, all this stuff. And I'm just there with my back turned to them, hearing everything they're saying. And I'm just like, just
praying.
Yeah. So then going to the fight, first 5 seconds are taken down. And I'm on top of him, beating him for about a minute. Ground and pound on top.
How long were the rounds?
3 minute rounds.
3 minutes.
3 3-minute rounds. I get on top, get him pounding away, and I was so nervous that I punched my arms out within a minute. So the lactic acid build up on my arms was mental. Right. I could not feel them at all. So they were just hurting. I just remember the pain, just because it was just like a build up of all this lactic acid.
Never thought of it like that. And
I was punching, but I was like punching like that because it's just my arms were so loaded up. I was tensing with everything, and do that, you get you can get like tendonitis and stuff like that. So yeah, I was punching myself out within a minute of me just being on top of him, just throwing bombs. Get his back, he turns, I throw up an armbar, not able to quite get it, throw up a triangle, he's able to kind of like punch and kind of get out of it. I get on top, end of the round, he goes back to his corner straight away. Will Haycox is in there giving them some water, saying, giving them some advice, and then the camera just pans to me, and I'm just standing there like that, no corner, nobody talking to me, and the medics, God bless the medics, they came and they gave me some water.
Oh, bless him.
So I was just
I felt bad for you.
So I was just, and the referee was saying, get him some water. So I just had a drink, get it back. Second round starts, not my proudest moment. I throw a head kick and I slip.
Oh, fucking hell. It's not a good look.
I catch him with a head kick, like it just catches him on the chin like that, but I slip so I don't get much power into it.
Right.
Straight back up, and my striking, at least back then, it wasn't anywhere near as developed as it is now. So I throw a spinning back fist. And midway through me throwing the spinning back fist, he tries to take me down.
Right.
Takes me down, I get straight back up, wall walk in the cage, everything. Then I'm just kind of like, we're clinched up, my arms are fucked, like really, just exhausted. So I'm just like, I'll just hold on to him, see what he does. He takes me down again. I control his head. He doesn't move because he's exhausted as well.
Right.
I then get on top, into mount. My hands are just like, I'm going like that, like no power in them at all. I'm even going like that at some point, just to
double fist,
trying to. He turns, gives up his back, arm down, rear naked choke, taps out, and that was my first amateur MMA fight.
Why did you stop?
I don't know, actually. I think I did it, and I think I was like, okay, I've done that now, and the adrenaline dump after the fight was so intense.
Right.
Like I was there, I was celebrating, my family was there, my friends were there. I go back and we're sitting next to each other, me and Charlie Haycox.
Yeah.
He's getting seen by the medics, I'm getting seen by the medics. We're kind of like talking, and I just start throwing up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bleh, and he's there. He's just been beaten, and he's fine. He's just getting seen to how, like, you okay? He's like,
why'd you throw up?
I think it was just the massive adrenaline dump. I was just
think?
like, I think so. I think it was just like,
You not eat a dodgy breakfast or something?
I don't think so. But it was just a case of I built it up so much, and I was just, the nerves just got me, and I was just, I was so sick. Like, even after I'd won.
Yeah.
And I was just throwing up.
That's fucking wild.
And my family was there going, congratulations. That's just,
cheers, man.
Yeah. And they're just like, okay. And I was there for like 5 minutes just throwing up as they were trying to like congratulate me. And they're like, we're going to go. Okay.
That's fucking wild.
And I've teased with getting back into the ring at some point. It was like an exhibition fight, like a fight for charity thing.
Right.
Which
he's not ultra white collar boxing, was it?
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty much that. So you got like an 8-week training camp. I was training at 10th Planet Redditch.
Yeah.
So I was already training before we got into this like actual event. So they just said, yeah, do you want to fight on it? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll fight on it.
Right.
So I fought another guy who was, I think he had trained before, but he obviously signed up to do the 8-week stuff. So he was like a wrestler.
Yeah. Because Tom Aspinall has there's something called ultra white collar boxing, which is like a charity event, and you get a free 8-week training camp, and then you have a fight at the end of it.
Yeah.
But
that was what this was. Yeah.
They also do one for MMA. But the boxing one you wear headgear. The MMA one you don't. But I was gonna have a boxing match in it.
Oh really?
But I forcefully had to pull out.
Oh.
For the most bullshit reason as well.
What was the bullshit reason?
So I signed up because I've always wanted to do it, and I wanted to get fitter, and I thought this is a really good start. And I loved combat sports, and I thought I'm doing content now. It'd be good to make content around it and all this bullshit. Yeah. So I signed up. I got all my family involved. Like they bought a table. I sold loads of tickets, and it was all looking really good. So it was it was either 6 or 8 weeks training, but it was only like 1 day a week, and I missed the first week. I went the second week. And then I went to 4 of them. It was 2 weeks out from the fight, and I was feeling really good. Felt myself, learnt a lot. And I was literally, because it was a boxing match, I was studying boxing. I was watching, not like I was ever going to be as good as them, or not even close, but I was watching every Canelo fight, every Mayweather fight, and just studying their movements, just so I can try and have an edge. And in all the sparring, I felt really good. I felt like I was better than the people in my weight class. You know, got hit a few times. I was like, didn't really like that. Don't like getting hit. I like hitting people. I don't like getting hit. And yeah, I was really feeling it. And one day I got there, 2 weeks out, sold loads of tickets. You know, I sold it to you. You could either buy individual standing seats or you could buy a VIP table. I sold one VIP table and loads of tickets to my friends. And one day I get there, I'm a little bit late, and the coach goes, you know, like, come on. Well, the class just like literally started. I was like, yeah, let me just wrap my hands. So I always made a point. I had surgery on my wrist quite a while ago.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
I don't know if you can see that on camera. I had surgery on my wrist, and this was like a year before. Right. And when you signed up, it said, have you had any surgery in the last 6 months that we should know about? I was like, no, it was a year ago, so I'm not telling you shit. But because that scar, that was years ago, that scar now, that surgery. So I always made a point of wrapping this hand first, and straight away I'd go over that. Straight away, hide it, then carry it, and then it's covered. Yeah. Made a point of them not seeing it, because I always was suspicious that they'd be funny about it, because it's on my wrist. But this day, because I was rushing, I wrapped my right hand first.
Ooh.
And because I wrapped my right hand first, I was really struggling to wrap my left hand, because it just threw me off. And a coach comes over and goes, would you like a hand? And I was like, no, I'm all good. And he goes, no, mate, let me help you. And he literally straight away went, what the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, it's just surgery I had. I was like, oh, what was it? So I broke my wrist when I was 14. The bone grew back too dominant. So all my tendons on this were too tight. So they cut me open, they cut the tendons. So like, I don't fucking know. It's horrible. It's horrible surgery. I was awake. Every time they cut a tendon, my hand would twitch. Horrible. And I was like, yeah, it was just this. And he was like, when was it? I was like, it was like a year ago, mate. We're going to need a doctor to sign you off. And I was like, the fight's like, I think it was like a week and a half. It's like, the fight's a week and a half away. I'm not going to get a doctor to sign something off a week and a half notice. He goes, you can't fight without a doctor's note. And I was like, mate, like, it was a year ago. He's like, you still need a doctor's note. Because to be fair, that scar, when I went back for rehab, everyone said that's a bad scar. But the scar shouldn't be that bad. I had to have like when women have C-sections, they get a cream to help the scarring. I was given that cream and everything, and they were like, that's a bad scar for the work you had done.
Every time you wrap your hand just goes like that.
Yeah, pretty much. To be fair,
that's why you're having such a hard time. You get like that. Yeah.
But even now, like, the scar itself is quite tender. It's weird. But I contacted the doctor. So I got to try at least, because I've got people relying on me to show up. People come to see me. They've spent out a lot of money, and the tickets were unrefundable.
Ooh, yeah. So
I contacted the doctor. Waited a day. They got back to me. They're like, yeah, like, I spoke to the reception. They're like, yeah, we'll get you booked in. We can do this date. It was like 2 weeks in advance. I was like, is there any way you can just all I need is you to send me an email from a doctor saying, yeah, he can fight.
Yeah.
Now if we're going to send you that, we have to examine you. I was like, but the surgery was a year ago. Yeah, I understand, but, you know, we have to do our due diligence. I was like, hey, is there any way you can get a doctor to see me soon? I was like, no, we can't. So I contacted the coach. I was like, I can't get, you have to have it, mate. And then I went to the gym because I just wanted to give it one more shot. And I spoke to one of the coaches. He was like, to be fair, mate, if it was me, I wouldn't have said shit. But I now can't. There's nothing I can do now. He's kicked up a fuss.
Yeah.
It's done now. He said the chances of them alerting someone at the venue is probably quite high. Because you have to have like a medical examination when you get there anyway. He said the chances are they will either see it and say you can't fight anyway, or they will like do a medical examination on you. I was like, but if they do, they'll see I'm fine. Yeah. It was like, the chances are he's probably told them and they'll be looking out for you or looking out for that. I was like, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, it's just covering their own ass, isn't it? Where I fully understand.
I signed a waiver.
Yeah.
That's what annoyed me. I was like, this is my decision. If I break my wrist or I've signed like not an NDA, I've signed a waiver to say any injuries is on me. And yeah, they would not have it, and I had to.
That's frustrating.
I had to reimburse about £700 out of my own pocket because I couldn't let my friends and family be out of pocket.
Yeah,
it weren't fair. You know, £490 for a table.
Yeah, very noble of you. Yeah,
and I was like, I can't let them down. But to be fair, I could have said, well, You can still go have a night out,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to be fighting,
Yeah.
and I'm not going either. But I'm just not that kind of person, because everyone was like, well, I don't want to fucking go now. We're going to watch you. They wanted to go and watch me get knocked out, but they were going for me. So yeah, I was absolutely gutted because I was so excited, and I really felt like I was going to win as well.
Yeah.
And the headgear really annoyed me. I didn't want to wear headgear.
No, I don't like it.
I hate headgear.
It doesn't really do anything.
Because at the time, I didn't know there was an MMA one, so I would have signed up to that instead.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So I just saw the advert on Instagram one time. I was like, yeah, bang, let's do that. But yeah, gutted. And to be fair, I spoke to a few people like, oh, would you ever do it again? I'm like, nah, I think I'm past that point now. I wanted to do it when I was early 20s.
Yeah.
Kind of had a point to prove in life. Now I'm like, I don't really give a fuck.
That's fair.
I don't even train anymore. I really want to get back into it. So maybe one day you'll see some training footage. I've been rolling with Shamrock.
That went well.
Well, that's the thing. He felt really bad because despite the surgery, I still have a weaker wrist. Like I do still experience pain with it, and I lasted a lot longer than I thought I was going to. Bro, I've lasted 4 seconds with Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
And on paper, Shem is a BJJ guy. So I thought he was going to do me probably even quicker. But I lasted nearly a minute with him, but he was toying with me.
Yeah.
I thought I was defending myself quite well. For someone who's never trained like MMA or jiu-jitsu or anything, I thought I just defended myself quite well. And he got my arm in an arm bar, but I weren't having it.
Yeah.
And I felt like believe it or not, I felt like I was stronger than him. Again, whether he was playing with me or not, I don't know. He was. But I felt like and then as I pulled my arm back, he grabbed my bad wrist and bent it down. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, the thing is, I tapped.
Yeah.
And he got off, we shook hands, we had a laugh. I said, I was doing alright, but you grabbed my bad wrist. I showed him my scar. He felt so bad. I was like, mate, no, like, it was years ago. He goes, oh, you should have told me. I wouldn't have gone for that wrist. I was like, mate, don't worry about it.
Chill.
Like, it's my fault. I should have said something. But he felt so guilty. I was like, mate, honestly, don't worry about it. And people have this wrong perception of Shem, by the way. People think he's a fucking arsehole. He's actually one of the nicest people I have ever dealt with.
Yeah.
In, like, this space. Such a nice, down-to-earth guy. Good laugh. You turn on the camera. He knows exactly what to say. He knows when to turn on that...
Persona.
Persona is the word, yeah. And he's just an absolute sound bloke. And couldn't say a bad word about him. But even he said, oh, people got this image of me online that I'm an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
Because of Big Boy, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen some of those,
to be fair,
reactions.
He didn't help him because he battered the shit out of him. Yeah. What a man that guy is, by the way.
Yeah.
Big Boy MMA. Fucking hell. He's built different. And he just done one with Yuri Prohaska. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Took a punch from Yuri.
Yeah.
No one's dropped him.
No,
no one. Atiba Gautier didn't even drop him.
Not yet.
Eddie Hall didn't fucking drop him.
Eddie Hall's got some fucking power.
And it's also like, it's raw power. There's no technique.
No.
It's just like getting hit by a fucking bus.
If you think about how you throw your weight into a punch, how much weight Eddie Hall fucking has.
There's no, like, you don't turn into it. He's just throwing all of his weight behind it.
He is so big. He made Maurice Pudzianowski look tiny.
And the fact that Eddie Hall didn't drop him is fair play.
Impressive.
He's a fucking.
But we talked about damage accumulation.
Yeah. To be fair, I've met him twice now. I've done a shoot with him with Arnold Allen, and I met him at Cage Warriors. And to be fair to the guy, he's such a nice guy. He is such a nice lad. I really hope he does well, and I think he will going forward. He's got that mentality and that drive. He's going to America for next month.
Ooh.
I think he's going for the White House card. I think he's got tickets to the arena opposite the White House.
Nice.
And I think he's going for like 5 weeks. I think he's going to go for International Fight Week as well.
That'll be good.
But
that'll be an insane experience.
Unfortunately for him, I don't think he was anticipating the tickets being as expensive as they are, because they are mega money. I think they sold out like that, so resale was going to be even higher.
Yeah.
I think the cheapest ticket was like $1,200 for rafters.
Oh God.
And front row was like 20 grand.
That hurts. That hurts my wallet, and I haven't even spent.
I'm not even thinking about it. It hurts my wallet. Nah, we like Big Boy. What a fucking nice guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully I want to do more shoots with him because he's just a nice guy to work with. And it's time for everyone's favourite segment of the show, Fantasy Fights.
Fantasy Fights, yeah. So as usual, we've got the 3 weight classes that we're going to spin a wheel on. It's going to be lightweight and below, welterweight and middleweight, and light heavyweight and above. and it's going to be in two different eras. You're going to be covering fighters who made their debut
2010 onwards.
And I'm going to be doing fighters that made their debut 2009 and before.
UFC debut.
Debut, we should clarify. So
right, let's get our weight class. Let's spin the wheel.
Here we go. So spinning the wheel, what's it going to land on?
Give me heavyweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight and above will be good.
Light heavyweight and above.
It's close.
There we go.
There we go.
Light
it's confirmed. Right, we're getting my fighter. Give me Alex Pereira.
Oh god, Alex Pereira. Okay, we'll
see. Give me Francis Ngannou.
Here we go. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, here we go.
He stacks up against me.
Give me Tom. No, it's gonna be Yuri.
Yuri Prochazka.
Oh god, fucking hell.
Nice.
Get Chuck Liddell.
I'm happy with that.
Don't get Chuck Liddell, for fuck's sake.
I'm happy with that.
I'm not.
Come on.
We're going.
Let's see. Okay, no.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting.
I like this. Shogun
Hua.
I dig that. I'm happy with that. Okay, I'll allow you to start.
You're too small. You're too small for me.
Shogun Hua is too small.
For a guy like Yuri Prochazka.
No,
he's like double his size.
It doesn't matter.
How tall is he? 5'10"? My guy's like 6'4".
Shogun Hua, I believe he's 6 foot.
How tall is Yuri? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. Well,
wider, bigger, longer reach?
Height doesn't really matter. We saw Randy Couture against Tim Sylvia. Height doesn't matter.
Yeah, but reach does. And Yuri Prochazka has good reach.
Tim Sylvia has an insane reach too. I mean, I'm not comparing.
What are we talking about Tim Sylvia?
I'm comparing the height and the reach. If you come in with the right game plan, it does not matter.
I don't think you're going to get near Yuri Prochazka. What are you going to do? Knock me out?
Take you down.
Is that what his specialty is it?
Well, he's not a wrestler, but he subbed Kevin Randleman with a knee bar. I'm pretty sure it was a knee bar. He subbed him with a leg lock.
Glover Teixeira. Yuri submitted Glover Teixeira.
Yeah.
So you think Shogun Hua is going to be able to submit Yuri Prochazka?
I think that if he gets him with the leg lock, I don't think we can count out Shogun's submission
game.
How's he
going to get him down?
He's a black belt in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He doesn't need to get him down. His striking is top tier. And I'm not talking about...
So's Yuri.
I'm not talking about Shogun from within the last few years when he was
I'm taking Yuri pre-Alex Pereira.
And I'm talking about Shogun Hua in the Pride 2005 Grand Prix. That Shogun in the white shorts. Him against Rampage Jackson, he fucking destroyed Rampage Jackson. He made Rampage Jackson look so bad in that fight.
Rampage Jackson doesn't have the skill set that Yuri has. The striking capabilities.
Yeah, but he has a better chin than Yuri. We can admit.
Yuri's
chin is not great.
This is pre-Alex Pereira. He had a chin then.
Did he?
I mean, he got knocked out.
When he had a beard, he had a chin.
He got knocked out by Dominic Reyes for a brief second, but that's not important.
Yeah, came back. Well, he still won that fight.
He did exactly.
I mean, I don't know why I'm defending Yuri when I think that Shogun could smash him.
How?
Easy. Any way he wants. You take it.
You get in too close. He's got a flying knee coming at his face, and you know it.
That's if you can get close. If we're talking about Shogun Hua, say, because they fought under similar rule sets in both the UFC, obviously same rule set.
Yeah.
Rising for Yuri.
Yeah.
Pride for Shogun. I think Shogun's got his number. If Yuri falls to the mat, those stomps and soccer kicks from Shogun, they are going to mash up his face.
Why are we bringing in Rising rules? This is a UFC fight.
Well, it could also be they fought under similar rules. I'm just saying that Shogun Hua, mate.
He's not going to be. I think Yuri's going to be too fast. He'll work his jab. He had a good chin back when I'm talking, and his striking is just fantastic.
Are we forgetting what Shogun did to Lyoto Machida? He came in, overhand right, straight down into mount, knocked him out within one round. Yeah, what he did to Chuck Liddell as well.
Yeah, but Yuri Prochazka's different.
How is he different?
He's a samurai. When have you ever faced a samurai that's punching trees in a fucking parking training camp?
His name is Shogun. Shogun Hua.
Yeah, who? Yeah, exactly. This is Yuri Prochazka we're talking about. A guy, he submitted Glover Teixeira in, admittedly, he was like 43 at the time, but still champion nonetheless. He is fast. He's got great hands, great striking, knees, elbows. How is Shogun even going to get close to Yuri? And if he does, he's going to fly near him.
You got to put some respect on Shogun's name.
I think Shogun was a good fighter.
He was the Pride 2005 middleweight Grand Prix winner.
2005. The sport's evolved since then.
Okay then. So him knocking out Rampage Jackson, him knocking out Ricardo Arona, him knocking out fucking Chuck Liddell, and Mark Coleman, who was granted at the end of his career.
Yeah, but Yuri Prohaska knocked out Khalil Roundtree.
After he was getting mashed up a little bit. That's,
Yeah, a little bit. But that's exactly.
You could say the same for every one of Yuri's fights, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what Yuri does, and I think Shogun would win the first round, then Yuri would take over.
If he can get out of that first round,
he'll get out of that first round. If fucking headbutt his jab, he'd be fine.
No, if he has the same game plan where he goes like against Allberg. Where he's kind of like, if he can follow that game.
Oh, he was an idiot against Oldberg. Even he'd admit that.
Yeah, well, all it takes is one punch. If Shogun can get him down to the canvas, so
how's he going to get him down?
Regardless of if he takes him down or drops him.
Yuri's got good takedown defense.
Well, he drops him with a punch.
He ain't gonna. He's got. Yuri's too long.
Muay Thai clinch, mate.
Mate, he can't even reach Yuri's ponytail.
Of course he can.
Shogun
Hua is not a fucking Demetrius Johnson level.
No, but he's a small light heavyweight. Heavyweight? Light heavyweight?
Light heavyweight, yeah. Well, his Pride, middleweight, light heavyweight is pretty much just very similar.
Yuri's teeps to the body. He'll fucking batter him pillar to post. Volume, knees, elbows, spinning attacks. No. How's Shogun even going to deal with the pressure?
Thing is, though,
look how John Jones dismantled Shogun Hua.
John Jones and Yuri Prohaska are not the same type of fighter.
Because long, rangy...
But they're not the same fighter though. They approach it with very different game plans. They've got very similar weapons in the sense of long reach,
But Shogun had no answer to that.
Yeah, because
so he'd have no answer for Yuri then, wouldn't he?
But are you going to say that Yuri Prohaska is going to be as smart in the fight as John Jones was?
No.
Well, there you go. His fight. I love Yuri Prohaska. I really do.
We all do.
But his fight IQ is just. It's not on John Jones's level by a landmark.
Well, no one's is, but that's irrelevant. And my point is, he couldn't deal with the range of John Jones, which is a very similar, not exactly the same. Admittedly, John Jones is probably a little bit longer and taller, but the point still stands. He doesn't know how to deal with a fighter who's long and rangy. And when Yuri's coming in, he thinks he's going to stay at range. And all of a sudden, there's a fucking knee coming at your face. What are you going to do?
I think if Shogun, because he lunged a lot in that John Jones fight because he had no other choice because John Jones is so fucking long and he managed his distance in that fight perfectly. I think if Shogun is able to, if he lunges in, I think that he can catch Prohaska because his defense is just not. He's not as smart as Jones in regards to his own. He
doesn't need defense when he's got great hands against a guy like Shogun Hua who's shorter, stubby. Short arms.
Powerful legs, though.
Yeah, Yuri's got good leg kicks as well. Great leg kicks.
He's got
compromised Allberg's leg.
Yeah.
But
then left himself open.
Yeah, that was because he showed mercy.
Yeah, exactly. Quote unquote. Well, maybe he'll show mercy to Shogun, and all it takes is...
No, I'll pay him not to.
Like Shogun to leap forward, because he likes to lunge forward with those strikes.
He'll counter with a fucking flying knee. That's how I'm winning this fight. Yuri's going to get a flying knee knockout on Shogun Hua.
I think Shogun's going to catch him with a lunging punch. He's going to hurt Yuri because Yuri doesn't have that strong of a chin, and I think it's going to be... He
had a strong chin, and then he took too much damage to Alex Pereira. So I'm taking Yuri pre-Alex Pereira.
Okay, well, I'm taking Shogun Hua at his prime, before he got his injury against Mark Coleman.
Yeah.
In Pride. I'm taking him in his prime. I think Shogun...
loses to Yuri.
No.
I'm going to have to agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And on that note...
I mean, these fucking fights. Jens Pulver against Habib and Shogun Hua against... bear in mind, I want to clarify. We have to defend our fighter's corner, without question. To the end of the earth. Yeah. So, do I think that Shogun could beat Yuri Prohaska? Probably not, no, but
I've convinced
that's the choice. That was what I was given, so I have to. And Shogun, I love Shogun. I love Yuri as well.
Just wait until I get Bo Nickel against...
I'm praying you get Bo Nickel against Anderson Silva. Yeah, that is what I am praying for. Please give me a good one in the next part, please. God, I can't. I'm I'm compromising my reputation in the MMA community.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Well, going forward, I mean, we've had two big events, UFC White House and International Fight Week.
Yeah.
Going forward, we'll be aiming for the 10th of every month and the 25th of every month. That'll be our two podcast upload dates. The first two have been a little bit different because of the two big events that we've had. So we're saving it for those. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Comment and subscribe and do whatever you do. Share it. Share the podcast with all your UFC friends.
Yeah, let your MMA friends know. And
if you have any, because I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, apart from George.
Yeah, send it to your family. Send it to your parents. Confuse them.
Tell your mum to watch it. My mum doesn't like MMA. Now she might.
Yeah.
She disagrees with it.
There you go.
Tell her to grow up. They're getting paid to do it. They're fine.
Exactly. Just show me your bank account.
And on that note, we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah. Thank you very much. See you guys soon.